What's going on, people? So, as I was saying in the last video, I picked up a few action figures and whatnot, and some just happened to come in the mail today. So I'm going to do one of those videos. I do like to show off the things that I buy every so often. It sparks a little bit of conversation. Some people out there, they like to see this stuff. I get it. There's also a lot of people that just are here for the shoes. And so for them, some of them come around here just to click the dislike button, which I fully support because, it's an extra view, right? But others actually come around and actually watch this stuff and then leave their comments. So that's cool. Cooler, actually. So we're going to start things off with this right here. Picked up one of these here Funko Pops. This is the Nerd Deadpool, which as a nerd myself, I can identify with this guy. I don't dress like that so much, but I'll show you the back though so you can see like there's other stuff from this 30-year anniversary pack. But yeah, so I saw this and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. You know what? I'm going to get that one. I try to be very selective when it comes to the Funko things, so I don't want to end up with a lot of them. And this one, I like the Hamburglar. I don't know why. For some reason, he stood out as like the guy of like the Ronald McDonald crew, Grimace is kind of cool too. So I saw this at Target, and I was like, you know what? Wait, no. I didn't see this one. I was looking for it because I saw Grimace and the other guys. I had to order this one from the Funko store when I got that Deadpool thing. So yeah, the Hamburglar. Next up, after this was a couple Target runs ago, I remember that day because I picked up a Super Shredder from Walmart for old McFly KOF or McFly Funko, one of them. Either way, this right here picked up Jerry the King Lawler, so that's pretty cool. I actually have most of this set now. I saw that Gronk the other day and I was like, man, this dude looks ridiculous. So I won't be getting that one. But I'm on the fence about the Morrison figure. It looks pretty good and I do like old Morrison, So I'm feeling like maybe one day I'll regret not picking it up, and I don't know, it's still sitting around, so I've got some time to think about it. Also, picked up Keith Lee. I'm still looking for that chase though. If you happen to see this figure with some gray and pink instead of this black and blue, pick that up and let me know how much it's going to cost to have it sent to me, and how much it cost you to actually buy it. And then I'll make the money happen for you. But yeah, Keith Lee, man. This is the first time I've seen him in a while because he has completely disappeared from the face of the earth and no one knows where he is. And this, the Gremlins 2 Flasher. So when I was younger and we had HBO, and I don't know if it just came with cable or whatever, but the Gremlins 2 movie was on all the time. I can't imagine how many times I've seen this movie. That's the guy on the inside there. I like these styles of cases that they're doing here. Kind of makes them display friendly even if you don't want to actually open it. But yeah, so I picked up this guy because, for some reason him and the spider and the girl are like the only thing that I remember really about that Gremlins movie. So if I can find those I don't know if they made the spider, but they did make the girl. So if I find her, I'll definitely pick that up as well. And if you're looking for those, if you're into Gremlins and stuff, those are Target exclusives, I think. That's the only place I've seen them. And I know NECA does a lot of Target exclusives, so I'm just going to go with it. Also, on another Target day, I was walking around and I saw these. This is, you can kind of tell maybe if it's in the shot. So this is a Marvel Legends set, right? I saw that apparently they had just opened a fresh case because they had a couple of everything. So I picked the best boxes that they had of all the 7 figures. And first up, we have this right here. This is Wolverine in one of his older looks. So that's pretty cool. And originally, he was one of the few that I actually wanted. It was like him and Magneto, which we'll get to in a second. But then I started looking at the other ones, and well, the Cyclops looks cool, and so does, it just spiraled out of control. Next thing you know, I'm like grabbing all of them. Because also it's a Build-A-Figure thing, so you gotta get all of them, Right here, they also had a Professor X as part of that set. I'm flipping this thing around so you can see it. That right there is the Build-A-Figure, so that's what it's gonna look like whenever I get around to making that happen. So yeah, Professor X. You have I'm not familiar with this character at all, but this is the Omega Sentinel. I don't know what the story is behind that, but apparently it's part of this wave and it also makes up for a big part of the Build-A-Figure. As you can see, it's got the whole like body down in there, which makes sense, Those Sentinels gotta stick together, I suppose. And then you got Marvel Girl, right? So that's pretty cool, I suppose. That's really all I have to say. I mean, it's one of my defaults. When something is like, when I'm indifferent to something, yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Moira McTaggart, she's pretty cool, I guess. See what I did there? Yeah. She actually looks kind of like, with the glasses there, she kind of looks like the chick from the New Girl show. Remember that show? What's that chick's name? I don't know. She was married to that Death Cab for Cutie guy or something. This is the Magneto that I was talking about right here. So I saw this originally like in an email from Big Bad Toy Store, I think. And I was like, man, I should get that thing sometime. And now I've done it. So here I am having it. They also have a Doctor Doom coming out in the same style. I think it's called God Doom or something. I don't know what the story is, but I know that I want it. I think there's going to be a Lady Deathstrike in that set too. So that might also be a full set that I buy. And then rounding things off, you got Cyclops here. So pretty cool set in my personal opinion, right? Yours may vary. If it does, that's cool. Doesn't matter. You know, you don't have to like it. But let's go ahead and open this up here. So this, as you can see very plainly what's on the side of here, or what's going to be on the inside of here. And one of the things that I learned from listening to the Chick Foley podcast is that lots of times if you're ordering from Ringside Collectibles, if you just buy the set of something, it'll likely ship a little faster because they don't have to worry about like taking it out and like taking out the 1 or 2 figures that you're trying to buy. They can just grab one of these and just throw your address on it and be done with it. So, buy the sets. Buy the sets. And again, I was just doing a video talking about buying sets of things yesterday. Let's sit this over here so I don't go cutting up the couch. These look like they may not be in some of the best shape, at least these 2 cards on the back, but whatever. And I'll do a full actual review of these things later. So we're kicking things off with a Kenny Omega. So there's that. Actually, Dynamite will be coming on tonight, but I'll be missing that because I'll be watching the NXT takeover, or Stand and Deliver, and talking about it. Up next, got us a Cody Rhodes here. Does it say Cody Rhodes or just Cody? Okay, well, he's still going by just Cody, so this was probably, too far before the name change thing. Oh, it's got that Throne Breaker shirt on, so that's cool, I guess. I say that a lot. Alright, moving on. Got this right here, Sammy Guevara. So I'm going to have to open this up and check out those signs behind him, because Chick Foley was saying that hers all said the same thing, but I think they're supposed to all say different things. Because if you ever watch the actual show, because I watch through Fight TV, so they show like the uninterrupted feeds for the most part. So you'll see him out there, showing off the different signs and whatnot. That doesn't always make it to like the TNT airing of it. So that's one of the things I like about the Fight TV. It gives you a little bit more for your money. It does cost like $5 a month, and you gotta use a VPN to watch it. But, Matt Hardy, people. Matt Hardy. This is my second Matt Hardy figure, definitely better than the last one in my personal opinion. It's looking pretty good. Kind of like that little cloak thing he has. Kind of reminds me of my Gold Dust figure. So yeah, glad to have this one in the collection. And rounding things off, we have Santana, right there. So that guy's pretty alright. I was kind of expecting, I don't want to say I was expecting more from them, as if they haven't really performed so hot, but I was expecting more from them. And then, of course, you have Ortiz, right? The other half of that tag team. And looking at it now, I did just notice that he does have the eye patch thing going on, which is the same as on the back of the box. So that's pretty cool. And this guy, he's got some accessories going on over here. So there's that for you. Give you another shot of that. So there we go. There is AEW Unrivaled Series 4. Finally. I was in one of the later pre-order groups because that set sold pretty quick. So Ringside, they'll do their pre-orders, but they'll put numbers next to them. So after they sell X amount, they'll say, okay, now it's pre-order 2, meaning the next shipment will be that. It will be yours. And then pre-order 3, meaning like the shipment after that. So I think I was in like 3 or 4 on this particular set. So it is what it is. When it comes to set 5 though, I want to say I was closer to the top. So I might have been in like the first one or the second one. So we'll see. We'll see. This is a bag of shirts from Ringside Collectibles. From Pro Wrestling Tees, which is where I buy the bulk of my clothes. That is pretty much that in Old Navy. So what is this? Oh, it's a Hangman Adam Page shirt. So it's kind of got a bunch of stuff going on there. So there's that for you. And now set that over there. And then this is, what is it? It's one of those like sleeveless workout hoodie things or whatever you want to call it. You know, the AEW style there. So yeah, this thing looks like it's gonna feel pretty alright. So I'll have to throw that on at some point. And then finishing things off here, the last thing of this here video before I make an attempt at cleaning up this living room. I still got all the shoes out from Sunday over here, man. It is a mess. It's one of the advantages, I guess, living alone, is that you don't have to worry about that stuff, but at the same time, that's a disadvantage because then you don't have to worry about it, so you just don't care. Anyway, so this right here, Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt, right? On the back, don't trust anybody. Now, this shirt, it doesn't look as cool as the one back in the 90s, personally. I don't think so. But the thing is, that was the only Stone Cold shirt that I ever had back in high school and stuff. So I saw that they had that model or that style brought back. I said, you know what? Let's do that. And this right here, this I believe was on clearance. You know, what is this? The Monday Night Messiah. I am a Seth Rollins guy. Some of you might know that we're both from Davenport, Iowa. So you know, gotta support the home team, right? Even more so when the home team is actually good. So being that it's Seth Rollins, or Seth freaking Rollins, if you want to use his whole name, you know just how good he is. And speaking of good, I think this shirt came out pretty alright in itself. Somebody in my comments of a video a while ago was talking about this shirt. So I saw it and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and get that now since I'm buying a bunch of other stuff. And then over here, we have, this is a Paul Heyman shirt. So as you see there, never a prediction, always a spoiler. You know what that means if you've ever seen him on the Raw and whatnot. He's always giving out those spoilers, talking about what's going to happen about Brock Lesnar and Suplex City or whatever the case may be. So, not bad. I think that one was also on clearance. And this is the actual shirt that I went online to that website to buy that day. I went up there only for this one, but you know, sometimes you end up buying more than you need once you actually get into the store. So, Thatcher Thatch Can, Timothy Thatcher shirt. I actually was just seeing a picture of him from when I went to an Evolve show in 2018. I didn't know that he was teamed up with Walter. I mean, I probably knew that night, but I didn't know any of those people at that point. So it's kind of cool looking back at those old pictures and stuff and saying, oh yeah, these are those guys now. Wow, what do you know? So, yeah, it's a thing I do since I've been to a lot of wrestling shows. I can do that. We're done here. So, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm going to clean up and then get ready for this live. Maybe I'll see some of you guys there. We'll see what happens. What time does the show even start? I don't know. I'd ask Alexa, but she's been terrible at answering questions lately. Later, people.